everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be looking at advanced nail stamping and how I've created this mermaid design using gel color, base color and top coat, and using regular polish to create the advanced nail stamping designs. The gel obviously just allows you to really seal those things in and makes them a lot more hard wearing. So I've gone ahead and covered the nails with 2 coats of blue gel and cured that for 60 seconds, and now we're going to start using regular polish and stamping polish. So for the seaweed, I am mixing white stamping polish and green stamping polish together. Then what you want to do is apply it to the plate, cover all of the image, make sure the polish is really sunk down into the etchings of the plate, scrape it off with a scraper or a card, and then you want to push down firmly with your stamper and pick up the image. So with a white stamper, it's good to roll the image on, then you can make sure that you've got the placement exactly right. Just tap down any bits that haven't quite stuck nice and gently. So there you go. Now we're going to go in with the Rebel Collection plate from MoYou London, and I'm going to use the mermaid tail here at the bottom. So I just tried to apply it mainly to the bit that I wanted, just so I wasn't picking up too much of the excess bits on there. So applying that over the top, really making sure that it's in all of the sort of grooves, scraping it off, pushing down firmly with my stamper, and then lifting up the image. Now there's some bits on there obviously that you don't want, so I used a bit of tape, just a bit of sellotape, just to pick up any of the bits that I didn't want. You don't want it to be too sticky, so just put it on the table a few times just to make it a little bit less sticky, and then gently pick up the bits off of the stamp that you don't want. So now I'm going in with some gold polish over the mermaid's tail at the bottom. It's always best, I find, in my personal opinion, to use a dotting tool. This way you can float the regular polish over the top and you won't damage the stamping image underneath. If you push too hard, you can distort the stamp or drag it and sort of make the black run a little bit. So you just want to drag your polish over the top until you've filled in all of the design that you want. Now I'm going to fill in her tail. So for this I am using a pink iridescent regular polish with sort of like a gold shimmer to it. Exactly the same, you just want to float the polish over the top until you've coloured the entire section. Now I'm going to fill in the splash with white regular polish. On this particular plate, she doesn't actually have a body or a head, so I left the splash on there, obviously just to give the illusion that she's sort of popping out of the ocean. Now, obviously quite a lot of regular polishes can be a little bit sheer. If you do have a polish that's like that, what you want to do is use your white polish and go over the back of any bits that are like that, nice and thin, nice and gently. Then what you'll find is when you put it onto your backing colour, which is obviously a blue, it'll be a lot more vibrant and will stand out an awful lot more. But if you've got a polish like the gold that's very opaque, then you don't need to do that. Then you want to allow this to dry for about 5 minutes. Just touch the top of it. If you can see like any bits of your fingerprint in it, then it's not dry enough. Just wait until it's dry, then you can line up your nail and push it down onto the stamp. Just make sure you've sort of aligned it so you know it's going to fit. There you go, there's the start of nail number 1. Now we're going to go on to the next nail, which is sort of like a waves and the fish in the splashing sea. So exactly the same process, put your polish on, scrape it off and pick it out with your stamper. Then remove, of course, any bits that you don't want with your tape. Now, very gently, I am filling in the fish's faces with a sort of coral regular polish. And then what I'm going to do with the fish's bodies in a minute is colour it in with a different colour, like a darker coral. This just gives your sort of stamp a lot more dimension, looks a lot more intriguing and a lot more intricate. Now, because these are sort of like the splashing waves, I wanted to make them glisten a little bit. So I've gone ahead and used some regular silver polish just to create a few sort of like splashes, a few bits of shimmer inside the waves. Now I'm just going to take some dark blue regular polish and I just put some spots on. This bit that I'm doing now, I'm not going to cover with any white. So when I apply it to the blue nail, you will see that blue base color come through. And then I'm going to take some white polish, and same thing we did with the mermaid nail. I'm just going to fill in all of the bits at the top for the wave splashes. When you are stamping as well, just another quick tip, always make sure that you fill in more image than you need. It's always best to have done too much than not enough. I've done it quite a few times where I've filled in the entire image, then put it on the nail and realized that it doesn't have enough coverage, and then you have to start this all over again. And as you can see, stamping is not a quick process. So always make sure that you've done more than you need, and it just makes life a lot easier. Then after 5 to 10 minutes, again, make sure it's nice and dry, line it up with your nail, and then just push it down into the stamper. So here are the two nails. I'm just going to let them dry for about 2-3 minutes just to make sure that the regular polish is extra dry before we put on a top coat. I did think though that the mermaid nail was a little bit bare, so I went ahead and picked up a little fish from the plate, and I'm just going to fill it in with the same colour regular polishes that I used before, and then in a minute I'm going to apply that to the nail. There we go. Now that they are nice and dry, and I'm happy that I've got everything on there that I want, I'm going to use a gel top coat, a nice thick layer of gel top coat, and then I'm going to cure it under the lamp for 60 seconds. So here is the final look. I think they turned out really well. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to know what you guys think, so make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you'd like to see more videos just like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!